Portuguese slave trader were now made for Angolan Queen Nzinga Bandi, the warrior queen for colonization and slave trader for several decades. In the 16th century, Portuguese slave trader turned to the Congo in the southwest Africa after the attack in the slave trade were threatened by England and France in the northern part of the continent. The most stubborn opposition came from an unexpected source, an Angola queen who ruthlessly maneuvered her way into power, fought off the slave for decades, and rumor has it immolated her lovers. Nzinga of Ndongo in Matamba, also known as Nzinga Bandi, Anna Nzinga and Raina Ginga, was born in 1583 to the king of Dongo in the kingdom of Mapundo, people in the modern day Angola. The story goes that Nzinga was so named because she was born with her mother's umbilical cord wrapped up around her neck, and the Bundu word is to twist is Kinjinga. Alternative spelling Nzinga is Njinga. This circumstance was believed to indicate that the child would grow to be proud and haughty. The king Ngola Kilaunji allowed Nzinga and his son Ngola Mbandi to witness his governance of the kingdom, which include numerous guerrilla raids against the Portuguese invader who were trying to infiltrate the territory. His children, as a result, grew up with a sharp understanding of the horrific implications of the Portuguese colonization, which depended on the slave to expand its reach and riches. According to a lot of sources, Nzinga face appeared in the historical record 1622 when she arrived in Luanda as the emissary for her brother, the ruler at the time. He had been dedicating all his efforts and forces to keep the Portuguese out of the highland east of Luanda. During her visit, Nzinga converted to Christianity and was baptized as Anne de Souza. A fact would be help her in her later negotiation with the Portuguese. With 2 years of his sister's visit to Luanda, Ngola Mbandi had died under unknown circumstances, and Nzinga has staked her claims as a ruler of the kingdom. Through Nzinga was about revolutionized diplomatic relationship between the Portuguese and the Bantu state. She seized her title with a great opposition from the internal political faction in the kingdom. In the 17th century, Bundu kingdom was made of the hierarchy of the linked political title holders, each with their own following. After Ngola Mbandi's death, the king title would normally have gone to the leader, which combination of the most number of the followers and the most deft political maneuvering. The scant evidence available on Nzinga's place in a general structure indicates that her claim to the royal title of the Ngola Kiluanje violated establishing Mbundu norms. The Mbundu harbored strong feeling against the female assuming any political title and explicitly prohibited any women from assuming political of the Ngola Ekiluanje. Initially, the Portuguese did not recognize Nzinga as a rightful ruler of the Mbundu people. Either they suspected that she was somehow implicated in her brother's death and refused to honor her right to succeed him. They instead assumed that her apparently to the Mbundu throne was Ngola Mbandi's son. As a result, Nzinga was forced to turn to support from the outside of the state from a band of Imbangala warrior who inhabited the border of Mbundu kingdom and had expressive hostility against both Mbundu and the Portuguese army in the past. She also fought Aslam slaves escaping from the Portuguese territory, eventually recruiting them as a manpower. The Imbangala particular were crucial to increasing Nzinga's position in domestic politics. It's not only where they were notorious for their fierce ways and high effective war strategy, they did not have a same hierarchy structure as Mbundu and frequently recognized women under the title of Timbanza. A leader in both war and the political, Nzinga manipulated the Imbangala's readiness to accept the kingless women their leader by assuming the Timbanza position, a group as Imbangala led by the Kanza, one of the most powerful warlords in the region. The Mundu recognized Nzinga's situation with the Kaza as a marriage of the sort, and so did the Portuguese. According to the latter source, Nzinga, they used the Kaza to help her kill her brother's son. The healed parents in an effort to secure a position as a leader in Mbundu. However, eventually the Imbangala left Nzinga and defected to Portuguese due to her lack of Imbangala ancestry. By 1629, Nzinga was left without allies, with the Portuguese army in her pursuit. She fled to the old Mbundu kingdom of Matamba, safe ground that had recently been ravaged by Portuguese and Imbangala raids. In 16th century, Matamba had flourished under the rule of the several queen, although they had long since ceded rule to Nzinga's father. Ngola Kiluanji and later her brother, Disarray, after his death, the various raids had created a political vacuum which Nzinga was quick to fill, using the willingness to accept female ruler to buttress her position as a leader in Mbundu. Nzinga increased her wealthy, her armies, and her power by blocking Portuguese access to the slave route and diverting the slave into the Matamba. She continued to resist Portuguese troops while in her 60s. He said that she would wear male dress and lead her army into the battle herself. Legends of Nzinga extend outside her brilliant military tactics in the political strategy, in the philosophy. In the Bordeaux, the Marquis de Sale wrote that Nzinga is immolated her lovers, obtaining a large all-male harem after she became queen, and having each man she slept with killed after their carnal encounter. Though there were no way of knowing if there is a truth to this rumor, there is no denying Nzinga was a ruthless ruler and afraid of sacrifice men who came in her way. In 1657, at the age of 74, Nzinga entered the peace treaty talks with the Portuguese after having fought and been worn down by the colonial and slave raiding attack for decades. After conceding much of her power, Nzinga devoted her efforts to rebuilding her war-torn nation. Following her death in 1663, the Portuguese lost their most valiant opposition and were able to accelerate the colonial occupation. Nzinga and Angola independence up until 20th century, not as much has been written by African writers on historical African revolutions, but during the Angola fight for independence from the Portuguese in 1970, an MPLA leader named Manuel Casavira wrote a novel about Nzinga called Nzinga while imprisoned by the Portuguese, drawing many parallels between her fights and ongoing civil war. The spirit of Rainha Ginga is not dead. It served a source of inspiration and pride to the people, and a leader who faced a new challenge and a new opportunity. Angola is now independent, and a statue dedicated to Nzinga in Luanda serves as a tribute to one of the first people to have fought is freedom. So Queen Nzinga she's a warrior queen, and she one of the warriors in Africa that should never be forgotten for her contribution to the country of Angola and sacrifice that she made for the people of Angola. So how did Queen Nzinga keep the Portuguese off the balance? Because of her association with her late father. She could speak Portuguese and write as well. This also gave her a lot of leverage. She succeeded in negotiating peace treaty. Okay, when did Nzinga become a queen? That's another question. When did Queen Nzinga use? What did Queen Nzinga use for the chair? It's often repeated that the Portuguese governor, Correia de Sousa, did not offer chair to Nzinga to sit during the negotiation. Instead, had a floor mat laid out for her to sit. So then the use of the banner floor mat was appropriate only for sabotage, and Nzinga took exception of slight by the governor. Then why Nzinga, or how was Nzinga sterilized? Her brother then ordered her and some of her sisters to be sterilized, and a mixture with the herbs was thrown while boiling into the bellies of his sister, so that from the shock and fear and pain they should forever be unable to give a birth. Nzinga never did have another child after that. So look, if you face time to this platform, please just go subscribe, share this video to a lot of people, and do please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and share this video to many people. So because I create this video for education purpose, and you can also do a donation to our links below, PayPal and Patreon. Thanks so much, and I'm gonna see you soon. Peace and love.